Councilman Monk, can you lead us in the salute to the flag? This meeting, which conforms with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, is a regular official city council meeting. Notices have been filed with our official newspaper, with the city clerk, and posted on the regular bulletin board. The public is permitted to participate where stipulated on the agenda.
Madam Chair, for the record, Councilman Linnaeus is in his seat.
Okay.
We have one public hearing for this evening on ordinance number 7 of 2026, an ordinance of the City of East Orange, County of Essex, New Jersey, to approve and adopt the North Arlington Avenue redevelopment plan.
Is there anyone wishing to speak to ordinance number 7 of 2026? Hearing none, ordinance number 7 passes.
We have no presentations for this evening, no minutes for approval, no petitions and communications. We have 2 mayor's correspondence. The first is dated March 18, 2026, requesting confirmation of appointment of Hassan Mateen as Director of Code Enforcement. And the next correspondence is also dated March 18, 2026, requesting confirmation of appointment of Jean Guy Latour as City Administrator. We have no board and commission minutes received. We have no report of officers. Report of committees, Arts, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, Resolution I-136, Naima Hall Commendation. Resolution I-137, Monique Mumford Commendation. Business Development and Zoning, no resolutions. Finance, Resolution I-138, Payroll number 6. Resolution I-139, Resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of loan agreements to be executed by the City of East Orange and the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, and each of the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank and the State of New Jersey, acting by and through the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, and further authorizing the execution and delivery of an escrow agreement, all pursuant to the state fiscal year 2026 New Jersey Water Bank Environmental Infrastructure Financing Program. Resolution I-140, resolution determining the form and other details of not exceeding $1,867,413 Water Utility Bond Series 2026 of the City of East Orange and the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, and providing for their sale to the New Jersey Where was I? Resolution I-140, resolution determining the form and other details of not exceeding $1,867,413 water utility bonds, Series 2026 of the City of East Orange and the County of Essex, State of New Jersey, and providing for their sale to the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank in the State of New Jersey pursuant to the state fiscal year 2026 New Jersey Water Bank Environmental Infrastructure Financing Program. Resolution I-141, resolution appointing Ronald Hunt to the position of Corporation Counsel. Resolution I-142, resolution appointing Hassan Mateen to the position of Director of Code Enforcement. Resolution I-143, resolution appointing Jean Guy Latour to the position of City Administrator. Resolution I-144, duplicate tax refund. Resolution I-145, resolution awarding professional service contracts for Tax Appeal Defense Counsel not to exceed $181,500 for combined contracts. Resolution I-146, resolution approving the corrective action plan for the annual audit for calendar year 2024. Health and Education, resolution I-147, resolution to award a contract for lead remediation and abatement for lead hazard control and healthy homes program. Housing license and inspection, no resolutions. Planning and Grants Resolution I-148, resolution authorizing the execution of third-party contracts for home ARP and community development block grants. Public Safety, no resolutions. Public Works, Resolution I-149, resolution authorizing the purchase of a stump grinder and wood chipper for the City of East Orange through the Sourcewell National Cooperative Purchasing Program in an amount not to exceed $247,740.40. Resolution I-150, resolution authorizing change order number 1 for architectural and engineering design services for Memorial Park renovations. Resolution I-151, resolution authorizing the removal of a restricted handicap parking space. Law and Legislation, Resolution I-152, resolution authorizing settlement of litigation in the matter of Bryant Witherspoon versus City of East Orange et al. In the amount of $585,000. Resolution I-153, resolution authorizing settlement of litigation in the matter of Sabrina Jackson versus City of East Orange et al. In the amount of $40,000. Madam Chair, that concludes the items on the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, Councilman Pullins? Yes. Councilman Monk? Yes. Councilman Linius?
Yes.
Councilman Gomez?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Holman? Councilwoman Garrett Ward?
Yes.
Councilman Arway? Councilman James? Madam Chair. New business, regular agenda. We have no table legislation for this evening. Report of standing committees, Arts, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. Councilwoman Garrett Ward.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I don't have any resolutions. However, I do want to announce that
No,
former
we're not doing that.
coordinator for the City of East Orange for many years, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Teresa Lewis Coram has transitioned. Many people know her as Miss Terry. If you learned how to swim in East Orange during that time, she taught you to swim. If you became a lifeguard, she trained you. This is Women's History Month, and she, I guess you could say, made history in the state of New Jersey. She was the first Black instructor trainer for American Red Cross in water safety. So, a lot of folks have been trained under her, some former firefighters, myself, Mustard, Derek Phillips, Claude Sherman, may he rest in peace, Officer Sharif, Cliff Rogers, Senior and Junior, and a litany of others have trained underneath her, and she will truly be missed. Not only did she work for recreation, but she served many years at St. Michael's in Newark, working as a nursing supervisor, and she was a member of St. Matthew Church in Orange before she retired and moved to Florida. And I will say her granddaughter was also, or her children, Ellsworth and Quinn, we're going to keep them in our prayers, along with their children, meaning her grandchildren, and her granddaughter was a lifeguard in the recent years for the city. So the Recreation Department has another guardian angel. That's all.
Council people, if you're not speaking, can you please turn off your mics for the public? Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Chair, Business Development and Zoning, the resolution waiving the 20-day effective period on ordinance number 7. I'll call that after the ordinance is actually passed. Finance, resolution I-4, bill approval and payment listing. Finance, Councilman Linius.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I have a resolution I-4 read by title only.
Second. On the resolution, Councilman Pullins? Yes. Councilman Monk?
Yes.
Councilman Linius?
Yes.
Councilman Gomez?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy? Councilwoman Holman? Councilwoman Garrett Ward?
Yes.
Councilman Arway? Councilman James? Madam Chair. many no that we have? Huh? Oh, okay. Does that conclude your report?
That concludes finance, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Health and Education, Councilman Monk.
Thank you. I have no legislation at this time, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Housing Licensing and Inspection, Councilwoman Fauntleroy.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I have no legislation this evening.
Thank you. Planning and Grants, Councilman Arway. Thank you. Public Safety, Councilman James. Thank you. Public Works, Councilman Gomez.
Good evening, Madam Clerk. No legislation this evening.
Thank you. Law and Legislation, Councilman Pullins.
Good evening, Madam Clerk. I have ordinance on first reading by title only, ordinance number 8 of 2026.
Ordinance number 8 of 2026, an ordinance amending the East Orange Scattered Sites Redevelopment Plan pursuant to the Local Redevelopment and Housing Law, NJSA 40:12A-1 et sec. Councilman
Madam Clerk.
Pullins,
Yes.
Councilman Monk,
Yes.
Councilman Linius,
Yes.
Councilman Gomez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy, Councilwoman Holman, Councilwoman Garrett Ward,
Yes.
Councilman Arway, Councilman James. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I have ordinance on first reading by title only, ordinance number 9 of 2026. Thank you.
Ordinance number 9 of 2026, an ordinance to transfer a city property to SBF Development LLC in the Transit Village redevelopment area under the auspices of NJSA 40:12A-1 et sec, known as the Local Redevelopment and Housing Law.
Second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Pullins,
Yes.
Councilman Monk,
Yes.
Councilman Linius,
Yes.
Councilman Gomez,
Yes, ma'am.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Holman, Councilwoman Garrett Ward,
Yes.
Councilman Arway, Councilman James. Madam Chair.
No.
Madam Clerk, I have an ordinance on first reading by title only, ordinance number 10 of 2026. Thank you.
Ordinance number 10 of 2026, an ordinance amending and supplementing Article 2, Chapter 260-9 of the City Code entitled Stop Intersections to provide for the creation of stop signs.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Pullins,
Yes.
Councilman Monk,
Yes.
Councilman Linius,
Yes.
Councilman Gomez,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy, Councilwoman Holman, Councilwoman Garrett Ward,
Yes.
Councilman Arway, Councilman James. Madam Chair.
Madam Clerk, I have ordinance on second and final reading by title only, ordinance number 7 of 2026.
Ordinance number 7 of 2026, an ordinance of the City of East Orange, County of Essex, New Jersey, to approve and adopt the North Arlington Avenue redevelopment plan.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Pullins,
Yes.
Councilman Monk,
Yes.
Councilman Linius.
Yes.
Councilman Gomez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy, Councilwoman Holman, Councilwoman Garrett Ward,
Yes.
Councilman Arway, Councilman James. Madam Chair.
No.
Madam Clerk, I have an ordinance on second and final reading, ordinance number, to be read by title only, ordinance number 4 of 2026. Thank you.
Ordinance number 4 of 2026, an ordinance of the City of East Orange, County of Essex, New Jersey, to transfer a city-owned property located at 183 North Arlington Avenue to Avilio and Partners LLC in the North Arlington Avenue redevelopment area pursuant to NJSA 40:12-A-1 et sec, known as the Local Redevelopment and Housing Law.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Pullins.
Yes.
Councilman Monk.
Yes.
Councilman Linius.
Yes.
Councilman Gomez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy, Councilwoman Holman, Councilwoman Garrett Ward,
Yes.
Councilman Arway, Councilman James. Madam Chair.
No.
Madam Clerk, that concludes law and legislation.
Thank you. Business Development and Zoning, Councilwoman Holman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I have Resolution I-154, resolution waiving the 20-day effective period on ordinance number 7 of 2026.
Ordinance I-154, resolution waiving the 20-day effective period on ordinance number 7 of 2026. Councilman Pullins,
Yes.
Councilman Monk,
Yes.
Councilman Linius,
Yes.
Councilman Gomez,
Yes.
Councilwoman Fauntleroy, Councilwoman Holman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Garrett Ward,
Yes.
Councilman Arway, Councilman James. Madam Chair.
No.
Madam Clerk, that
Madam Chair,
completes
that
my
con-
committee.
Madam Chair, that concludes the items on the council agenda for this evening.
Open hearing to citizens. Pursuant to Article 4, Section 3 of the Rules of the City Council, each person wishing to address the City Council shall step up to the microphone, give his or her name in an audible tone for the record, and unless further time is granted by the presiding officer, shall limit remarks to 3 minutes. All members of the public are expected to conduct themselves in a proper manner. Any derogatory, abusive, or threatening statements will not be permitted. The chair will immediately rule such conduct out of order and terminate any further comments.
I forgot all about that.
I know. So that's all right. Anyone wishing to address City Council, step up to the mic and state your name. Councilwoman Holman, turn your mic off.
Oh, I thought I did.
I have a second to write in the date, because there's nothing here. No, it's. I know, it just says 3. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I didn't finish right. I get, let me write, Renee. Before I start, I have a handout for the City Council. Reset. Excuse me, could you reset the time? Thank you. Virginia Jeffries, 236 Brighton Avenue, East Orange. Chairperson Lewis, good evening, City Council, employees, members of the public in attendance physically and virtually. Concerns on the agenda, the golf course, and the East Orange Board of Education. On the agenda, under Health and Education, Resolution I-148, the resolution to award a contract for lead remediation and abatement. Who are being awarded the contract? Under law and legislation, ordinance on second and final reading, the ordinance number 4 of 2026, there has been different documents with various things for this ordinance. The lot is 76 by 200, and the question was, will the zoning stay the same? And what structure is going to be on this vacant lot? And what is the amount of money the property is being sold for? It's being assessed at a value of over $386,000. But the ordinance doesn't state what money is being transferred to the city for the sale of this property. The East Orange Golf Course In past years, East Orange residents were given a discount for membership. Not anymore. Residents should have discounted membership made available as the golf course belongs to the city. And the county makes provisions for county residents and gives discounts. Why can't the golf course return to giving discounts to residents of the city? Lastly, the East Orange Board of Education. Again, the 2026-2027 budget is to be voted on this week, Thursday, March 26th at 4:30 p.m. You have that actual notice that I had handed out to you. The board is submitting a budget increase. The Board of Estimate is to meet the same day after and vote on the budget. What is the city's council position and input to this budget, and what kind of property tax increase will the taxpayers be subject to in this new budget? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jeffries. Is there anyone else wishing to address City Council? If so, please step up to the mic and state your name.
Okay. Ready, please? Ready? Okay, yes. Yes, ma'am. And I apologize. Okay, yes. As always, first, giving honor to God and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Please remember, God is a spirit and God is love, and Jesus taught us to love God and love our neighbor and to love one another. And since God is our Father, we're all brothers and sisters, and our young people are all our sons and daughters, and our young people are all God's children and our children. And please remember, now by the faith, hope, and love, and the greatest cities is love. And as always, I still believe there is hope for our young people in East Orange. And as always, I'm asking, pleading, and begging you all to recognize all of our young people who passed away in East Orange, especially since 1975, because I'm ashamed to say that we have a long pattern that when a young person passes away in East Orange, it gets a lot of attention at first, and a little bit of time passes and attention goes back down. And I hope and pray that God is laying on my spirit to try to raise awareness about our young people who've passed away in East Orange ever since 1975. And I still believe we have to teach all of our young people to love God, to love their neighbor, to love themselves, and to love one another. And as always, I love and thank and super appreciate Sister Cynthia Brown and her staff, and I apologize for all of my mistakes, and I take full responsibility for my comments literally with my life, and please put that in the record. And please remember, our people in East Orange recognize a lot of important dates, and I respect the important dates that they recognize in East Orange, except one of the dates I have a serious dilemma with, and that's July 4th, because that's the anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And please remember, the Declaration of Independence does not apply to African females, and I personally do not think to the ancestors of 99% of our people here in East Orange. And please remember, slavery was still legal in the U.S. and New Jersey until the 13th Amendment was ratified on 12/6/1865. And as always, I'm asking and pleading and begging you all to please recognize 12/6/1865, because that's when slavery was legally abolished in the U.S. And as always, I'm not fighting with anybody. I'm fighting for all of our innocent African men, women, and children who are still in slavery up until 12/6/1865. And yes, and the handout and what I just handed you was, because please remember, a number of the meetings that, the minutes were not, remember what I was saying? And it's not anybody's fault. There was different things, the minutes. The comments were not put in the minutes. So that's what I just handed you, and also handed you a note of my comments. So, and if you read my comments, they're, almost exactly what I say each time. So can we all agree in public on the record that that's what I say each time? So that way, for the ones that weren't, the comments weren't in there, we could agree that we can put that on there, to make it easier, okay?
Yes, Brother Lamar, for the record, we acknowledge that.
Thank you, sister. I super love you and super appreciate you. Okay, and I gave you letters, and 4 letters that I've been sending you all, and one is for the Oprah request for 12626. One was Oprah request for 223. And another one is help. May I just finish what I say? And another one is help for the board. The library board of trustees meetings, because their meetings, I'm sorry to say, are absolutely not in compliance with the law. I'm sorry to say it. And another one is for locals with birthright citizenship. Hope the practice prevails. Because please remember, birthright citizenship is not just a practice. It's the 14th Amendment. It's guaranteed by the 14th Amendment. So, and I hope and pray you'll read that also. And as always, thank you all so much for all you all do for all of our people, and especially our young people, because they're all God's children. And may God bless you all and all of our young people, because they're all God's children. And we ask these all need a blessings in Jesus' name for his sake. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Madam Clerk.
Madam Chair, members of council, Resolution I-147 under Health and Education should read capped at $2,745,000. On the agenda, we had $2,745. The record will reflect that change. Health and Education. I'm sorry, it should read? $2,745,000. 745, yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Is there anyone else wishing to address City Council? If so, please step up to the mic.
She spoke already.
Ms. Jeffries, is this part 2?
What was amended to the agenda? What? I have a...
I'm sorry.
Just a point of order. What was the resolution?
I-47. I-147, under Health and Education.
$275,000?
No, it was $275,000. It should be $2,745,000.
Okay, point of order. Do you have to take another vote to do the correction for the record? You just can't amend it
No, the
like
clerk, the clerk has stipulated it on the record.
that? Okay.
It's a scribbler's error.
Scrivener error. Okay. So,
Ms. Jeffries, while I have you up and standing before us, I just want to just give you some information on the golf course and the discounts for the residents. I was reminded by Councilman Gomez that it is in their committee, Public Works, so allow them to work on that, and they will report back to you.
okay, well, thank you so much for a quick response.
No problem. You're welcome. Is there anyone else wishing to address City Council? If so, please step up to the mic. Seeing none, I'll entertain, well, before I do that, I'll go to the call of awards, but here, open hearing, citizens is now closed. Call of awards. First ward. Councilman Awe.
Colleagues, bear with me. I'm going to get through this very quickly. Housekeeping. Tomorrow, myself and Councilman Monk will be hosting the next part of our Healthy Hustle series, a Zumba class with the energetic Farah Batty at 6:30, starting at 6:30 at 90 Halstead Street. Come out, come all. It's sure to be a great time, great energy, break a sweat with Farah and myself and Councilman Monk. This Saturday, as we collaborate with our community partners, big shout out to Guidance Star Church, who's having their Community Resource Day. Saturday, the 28th. That's going to be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at 400 Main Street. I'm going to implore all residents throughout the city, not just our ward, to come out. You'll see community partners, throughout all of the departments and divisions of the city. You'll see PSE&G, who's going to be doing well, they'll be talking to the residents about, how they can cut their, energy bills and so on and so forth. So please come out. It's a great opportunity, and shout out to Guidance Star Church, who is really following through on their commitment to be a true community partner. I want to give a big shout out to, obviously, the Women of Council. Last week, as they did the applause for her, and want to congratulate all of the recipients, Ms. Mo Mumford, and second one's old Naima Hall. A fantastic word from Reverend Maria Crompton. And so we want to shout out to all our hostesses, our great and powerful councilwomen here, and also our hidden figures. The mayor office, the office of the mayor and City Hall did, and Recreation did the hidden figures, and all of the recipients who are personal to me, our sister Chanel Clayton, everyone's cheerleader, Miss Carolyn Cornelius, music teacher at Jackson Academy. Literally, this woman, taught me and my siblings, and literally has taught probably 4 to 5 generations of students here in East Orange at Jackson Academy. Ms. Deborah Pasterchak and our very own Kaylin Jones, who are recognized. It was great to see Ms. Vanessa Freeman from WPIX 11 News, who gave a great word as well. Speaking of hidden figures, I want to give a big shout out. My mom, Matilda Kunubi, she was the first class of hidden figures here in East Orange when we started this, years ago. And so with that being said, again, I want to thank everyone who extended prayers and good spirits and energies to my family, my mother, my father, and my siblings on her recovery from an emergency, surgery and illness that she had. She's getting stronger every day, but I want to give a big shout out and thank you to the staff of CareWell Health, acting CEO Clay McLean. Thank you, Mr. Tony Jackson, and the mayor as well, John McCardente, who also is at CareWell, and all of the caretakers and nurses and the medical staff at CareWell Health. And with that being said, I think it's fitting and timely. I think the mayor had his talk that he does on Wednesday, and Clay was on there. We have a lot of work to do in the city. There's a reason why we put so much behind trying to keep CareWell strong and afloat. For those who don't know, the mark of a great community and a spry community, a hospital is a great example of that. Obviously, the attraction of business development and in terms of development, the quality of life, and obviously the impact it will have on community health. It's a catalyst for urban development. I'm saying all this to say for my colleagues, we know there's a lot of work to do with that facility. And I am encouraging us to put our heads together and figure it out, because we can't afford to lose CareWell Health, but we also should not be getting mediocre care from anyone in this community. And I think, we can put our heads together and really figure out how to fine tune it and make it the facility it should be. It should be a facility of innovation. It should be a facility of advancement. It should be a facility of pride for our community. And so whatever we need to do to bring it back to that luster, let's do that. But with that being said, I appreciate all of the care that she's been receiving and the prayers that still continue to this day on. I rest.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Monk?
Thank you, Chairwoman. I'll be very quick. Just wanted to let the public know that our new Governor Cheryl, within her budget proposal, has a new Office of Youth Online Mental Health Safety, which she launched on her first day in office, which also created a social media research center to study the impact of tech on young people's mental health. This is also Gifted and Talent Students Month. This is Arts in Our School Month. I know this is the last week, but nonetheless, if we have the opportunity to engage the schools, find out what they've done, that would be great. And New Jersey also has social and emotional learning competencies and sub-competencies, and there are children recognized on the New Jersey Department of Health site. So we are celebrating the heart of education, and I would like to also, just say thank you to our Department of Health for the things that they are encumbering right now on the behalf of our residents. Thank you, and I yield.
Thank you, Councilman Monk. Third Ward, Councilman Linius.
Thank you so much, Chairwoman. On March 25th, Councilman Pullins and I, along with the administration, we have several key contributors to this event and guest speakers. We're having our community meeting in Langston Hughes at 6 p.m. We encourage and welcome all third warders to come out. It's going to be a great meeting. It's going to have a lot of information. And again, it's at Langston Hughes, so there's plenty of parking, street parking. So please come on out as a community. On March 28th, Mayor Green, along with the East Orange City Council, we're having the Leap into Spring event right here at City Hall. That's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I know Saturday, the 28th, there's a lot of events going on. As my colleague Councilman Adway stated, right down the street, there's another event taking place, a resource fair. So if you can, please stop by, bounce around. It's going to be a great day in the city. Hopefully, we should have great weather. And just lastly, as I always say, just encouraging the community to get involved. You see just these atrocities that are going on around this world. And I always tell people that, what you see taking place in the world will come home. That, as Brother Malcolm X stated, the chickens always come home to roost. So we can't sit this out. We have to get engaged, whether it be, what's taking place, foreign wars in Iran and Venezuela, what's taking place in Cuba, all of these things, what's taking place at the airports now as of today. These things matter, and we have to get involved, so we cannot sit this out. Please, let's get together. Let's continue to unite. Let's leave the egos at home, and let's continue to fight for our rights. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Just another PSA announcement, just so you guys know, the Leap into Spring will be a collaboration between the mayor's office and all of the wards from the 1st to the 5th. So we just wanted to make sure you guys knew that, so you can all come out. Councilman Pullins?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening. I'll be very brief, Madam Chair. Just thank you for my colleague, Councilman Linius, for echoing our activity. On March 28th, another activity from 12 to 2 at the Omega Family Resource and Learning Center, 132 South Harrison Street in East Orange, New Jersey. in partnership with Valley Bank for people interested in business, funding your business, excuse me. It's sponsored by the Greater Essex Community Uplift Foundation, and conversations will focus on is your business ownership right for you, planning for a healthy business, and banking solutions for small businesses. If residents have any questions, they can feel free to contact 732-798-5621. Again, this is Saturday, March 28th from 12 to 2 at the Omega Family Resource and Learning Center at 132 South Harrison Street, East Orange, New Jersey. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. Fourth Ward, Councilwoman Garrett Ward.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Earlier, I forgot to mention that spring break is coming up for our youth here in East Orange, and the Recreation Department will be having a spring break camp April 6th through the 10th for students ages 8 to 14. It will involve soccer, basketball, flag football, golf, and it's all between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., and breakfast and lunch will be served. So if you want more information, contact the Recreation Department at 973-414-4141. You can also visit them on their website. That's all.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Gomez.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I just want to ride a coattail of my colleague here on the left in terms of their current environment and a lot of negativity that we see, and not by party, but particularly in terms of leadership and folks who know the law, take an oath to uphold the law, but circumvent the law. And when we have folks come up to the dais and share, and we look forward to that. We actually need it because we work for you, but when you take advantage of it, when you're not respectful of the time limits and the rules, it's less that it offends us. It offends those other residents, your neighbors, who go up there and they follow the rules. That's what I'm really concerned about. And we, as a city of people who have historically been oppressed, who are being targeted and will continue to be targeted, whose ancestors were enslaved or not allowed rights, and now we are in positions of leadership. This is the moment for us to show what true leadership is. And leadership doesn't mean sitting in a position and having a leather chair. Leadership is leadership 24/7. And there's such a thing as reciprocity. If you're courteous, it's going to get people being courteous to you. If you listen, people are going to listen to you. And if people are not listening to you within the allotted time that you have, then maybe you should go back home and change your message so people will listen. Because conformity is not what this nation is based on. No one is obligated to listen to you. No one is obligated to be the same. One of the reasons we're here in this country is so people can have freedom of expression. And freedom of expression also means that if you're not interested in me, I don't have to listen at this time. So I hate to be the one that's a bearer of bad news, but someone has to really state what we're here for. We're here to uphold the Constitution. That was the oath of office, and make sure that we represent our residents. And if you have folks who just circumvent that, then you're teaching young people who may be watching this the wrong thing. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Holman? Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Fauntleroy.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Good evening, East Orange. I was honored to join Council Chairwoman Amy Lewis and Councilwoman Holman and Garrett Ward as we recognize local sheroes for their community stewardship, namely Monique Mumford, Naima Hall, and Jacqueline Jones. Our keynote speaker, Reverend Maria Crompton, who is pastor of Elmwood Presbyterian Church here in East Orange, was on fire as she delivered an on-time message, Ain't I a Woman? Using the Hearst 3 of Sojourner Truth and the Suffrage Convention, Pastor reminded us to show up, that our presence alone shifts the agenda in the room, because our presence, ladies, is powerful. She went further to note that when we show up, it shows other little girls they can too. She challenged us to push forward, step forward, take up space, and create space. And when you push forward, when you push your way to the front of the room, use your voice in position to speak for the marginalized. Don't get comfortable being the only woman in the room. When you walk through the door and hold it open, you must hold it open and make space. Do not gatekeep. Thank you to our male allies, all of my council colleagues, and to Mayor Ted Green. Eid Mubarak to our Muslim sisters and brothers. One of my favorite events annually is the Mayor's Iftar. I was grateful to serve at this year's Iftar held last Friday at the Bowser Family Senior Center in the Catherine F. Willis Room. It is an event that is always well attended. The room was filled with such amazing prayerful love and energy. It's one of the reasons I'm so proud to be a native of East Orange. It's the beautiful ethnic and religious threads that compose our fabric. It's one of the reasons I came to know and understand myself comparatively with our world, why I minored in religious studies, why I value diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thank you, Mayor Green, and your wonderful staff, Tony, Wayne, Melody, Jada, and Danielle, and the handful of residents who thought it not robbery to volunteer and to donate to the Mayor's Iftar. Thank you. Some of you may not know that there is a gallery of fine and local art right here in East Orange City Hall. On the lower concourse of East Orange City Hall, the Arts Council of East Orange and Mayor Green host Gallery Under the Stairs every season. And tonight was a grand opening of their Spring 2026 showcase, premiering 3 local brown and black artists, Jeanette Belcher, Russell Murray, and Warren Murray. Next month, April 13th, the gallery will feature art from Kathleen McCoy Bristol. Grand opening begins at 6 p.m. Come out and grab some collations, libations, and perhaps some art. Shout out to Coach Gabe Baltimore, Essex County's Coach of the Year. The Jaguars veteran head mentor is known to get the best out of his players, even during a difficult season. And his team is known for their sportsmanship and the leadership of their upperclassmen. Kudos. I will be celebrating Women's History Month with some of my fave people tomorrow. Our community's Nanas and Umas at Nana's Love meet monthly at the Black United Fund, also known as the Omega Community Center. Am I correct, Councilman? This Women's Hearst 3-month celebration will be held tomorrow at 12 noon. There's nothing like a mother's love or a Nana's hug, and this group exists to support the women who support us all. It's a wonderful gathering of women monthly on South Harrison at the Ward Mansion, and we all know when women gather, communities are made better. The Presidential Heights Community Association is hosting a virtual meeting this Thursday at 7 p.m. If you're interested in becoming a member, please reach out to me via council office. Leave your email, Addie, and I'll get it to the executive committee to add you to their announcements. Membership is $25 per household per year. PHCA is also open to accepting other blocks in our community. It's an association of block associations in the Presidential Heights area, but they're open to adding more streets. So reach out if you're interested. The spring open house at Manufacturers Village will be April 18th and 19th from noon to 5 p.m. A time was had last year. The music, the food, the dancing, the art, the artists, and neighborly fellowship was amazing, not to mention the shopping. Stop by Manufacturers Village in the First Ward, April 18th and 19th. East Orange hosts first-time homebuyers workshops every Wednesday, every month, almost every month. And the next meeting is scheduled for April 23rd at 6 p.m. at the East Orange Public Library on the 2nd floor. You may be eligible for down payment assistance. Check it out. Director Cohen, if we could look into possibly showing the homebuyers and small business workshops online via Facebook, that could help a lot of us that don't get home early. Friday, March 27th, here at East Orange City Hall, we're remembering the sacrifice of our Vietnam veterans. Please join us as we honor our heroes and sheroes. Lastly, I joined Mayor Green, Councilman Linnaeus, and Councilman Gomez, and students from our Cicely Tyson Performing Arts School, led by senior Madison McVorn, as they participated in a student-led walkout against unjust and unfair government action. They intended to stand up for marginalized people and did. They stood up for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and programs. It was a physical reminder of the bright and brilliant stars in our community. Our kids got into some good trouble, as Congressman Lewis challenged us to do. Kudos, young people. Continue to read and ask questions about the issues and concerns most affecting your community. Power to the people. This Saturday, March 28th, is a No Kings demonstration day. People's Organization for Progress, led by Larry Ham, is showing up and showing out again this Saturday, March 28th in Newark at the seated Lincoln statue at 12 Springdale Avenue from noon to 3 p.m. It's important that we are out there, that we show our presence, that we defend ourselves and our communities against this federal administration's unjust and cruel acts. America does not belong to just strong men, greedy billionaires, or those who rule through fear. It belongs to us. America belongs to the people. Remember, our presence shifts the agenda. Bring your kids, your spouses, your neighbors, and your friends, and let's show up and show out. Check out nokings.org to find out more, or to find a demonstration nearest you. With that, Chairwoman, I yield.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I just want to point out, as we end this session today, that it is still Women's History Month. We want to wish all of the great women of East Orange a happy Women's History Month. And there is no further business. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor? We are adjourned.